Hey there. So you're thinking about making a move out here to the Salt Lake City, Utah area, but you've heard a lot of different things. Well, today I'm going to be sharing with you 5 reasons that you should avoid moving here to Utah if you cannot handle these 5 things. And we're going to hop right into it. Mariah Koehle here. Welcome back to the channel, or welcome to the channel if this is your very first time here. I'm a licensed and active real estate agent here in the Salt Lake City, Utah area, and this channel is literally everything you need to know about eating, working, playing, sleeping, and living in the Salt Lake City, Utah area. If that is of interest to you, consider subscribing down below and make sure you tap that bell for notifications so you are notified every week we drop a new video. We hear from people like you all the time who are looking to make a move, who are looking to relocate, buy, or sell a property here in Utah, and we absolutely love it. So if you're thinking about making a move in a week, and a month, or even a year from now, feel free to give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, and my team and I would absolutely love to connect with you. So you're thinking about making a move out here to Utah, but you've heard a lot of different things. Well, today I'm going to be sharing with you 5 reasons that you should avoid moving here if you can't handle these 5 things. Number 1 is the cost of living. Yes, the cost of living here in Utah has gone up significantly over the years. Yes, I remember even when my husband and I were living here while he was finishing up grad school, and literally we rented a fully furnished apartment that was near campus, and everything was included. We're talking internet, we're talking TV, like literally everything was included, and we paid $550 a month for everything. And I remember thinking, like, at the time I was teaching elementary school, and as a 3rd grade teacher, I'm like, oh my gosh, we're rich. Like, I am able to pay for our fully furnished apartment. I'm even able to save some money, which was bananas, because I think about that right now and I'm like, I don't think you are going to be able to find anything like that even comes close to that. So just know that the cost of living here over the years has gone up significantly. Recently, I was looking at the average home price. The median home price here in Salt Lake City for a single family residence is $581,000, and that is the average. There are some that are way above that, way below that. This was interesting to know too, that the average townhome in Salt Lake City was $565,000. So not that much lower than a single family home, and condos were about $375,000 for a condo. So just know, again, that's average in that area, but the cost of living over the years has gone up dramatically. So that is number 1. Number 2 is the air quality. Yes, the air quality in and around Salt Lake City. So within that valley, what happens is a lot of times storms will blow in, and that thick smoggy air will sit there in the Salt Lake City Valley, right? And it sits there until a storm blows it out. Sometimes it'll take a day, sometimes 2, 3, 4. It also happens sometimes in the summertime when extreme heat, and then we don't have any storms that kind of blow it out, and that just kind of inversion sits there. So know that, number 1, the cost of living, and number 2 is just the air quality. So know that for some, they have respiratory problems, and that's a deal breaker. For other people, they're like, yeah, you know what, I can handle that a few times a year. But just know that it's not everywhere. There are certain areas in Salt Lake that you're not going to experience it as much. There are some places in Utah County, or even in Summit County, Davis County, that you really won't experience that inversion as much either. So just know your proximity. If that's a major factor, just know that there are some areas that you're going to probably experience a little bit more, some you'll probably experience a little bit less. Moving right along to the next one, extreme weather. Yes, the extreme weather that sometimes we experience here in Utah is, unlike some other places in some of the surrounding areas. So in the wintertime, it can start snowing sometimes at almost in fall, like the end of October, it can start snowing, and sometimes it doesn't stop snowing until June. Yes, June, which is crazy. And even in June, I know I've been here when it's, we've gotten like a few little snow flurries, and I'm like, why? It's June, like it cannot still be snowing. But yes, it does. It does not snow consistently all throughout those. January and February are typically our coldest months here in Utah. where we get a lot of snow. I mean, the snowpack this year was unbelievable, and there are still areas that you can see snow in the mountains. In September this year, it actually snowed a little bit in the mountains, obviously nothing down below, but that extreme weather and the snow can be a determining factor for some. Same thing with summers. This summer was actually a very mild summer, but some of the summers you can have, really hot days. It usually cools down at night, but you're going to have mid 90s. Sometimes it'll reach 100, and sometimes you'll have multiple days where it's, high 90s. So just know that weather factor can be a big piece. I know I talk about this sometimes, but my parents live in Northern California. And I know sometimes my dad will be like, I am not coming out during the winter time. I have done my skiing. I am all done doing that. I want to just enjoy playing pickleball where I'm at right now. And I don't need to handle, I don't, need any of the snow. So for some people, they're like, I'm good. For other people, they're like, actually, I cannot wait to get my Icon Pass, my Epic Pass, and be skiing all year long and be enjoying the slopes all along, which actually leads me to the next one, which is avoid moving here to Utah if you can't handle some of the traffic and congestion. And this one is a big one with the skiing and snowboarding, and really like the accessibility to the mountains during the wintertime, especially during holiday weekends, especially during weekends. Even like Saturdays can be bananas. I'm telling you, it can be crazy getting up through Big and Little Cottonwood Canyon. The number of accidents, the number, like just the traffic getting up there. If you don't time it just right, you can be sitting there for 2 hours just waiting to get up to your ski resort. So some of those things, if you are, on a 3-day weekend, you're trying to get down to St. George, which is in southern Utah, which is about 3.5 hours away from Salt Lake. If you are headed down there, a lot of times on a 3-day weekend, people are just sitting in traffic. And same thing getting back. I know President's Weekend, Labor Day weekend, Memorial Weekend, like all of those weekends can be just nuts in the way of traffic. Yes, typically a lot of other places too, but especially here in Salt Lake, because a lot of people end up leaving for those different holiday weekends. So just know the traffic and congestion over the years has, gotten significantly more, which leads me to my last one too. There's so many incredible outdoor recreational activities here in Utah. And I know a lot of people are going like, oh, I love skiing and I love snowboard. I'm telling you, the prices to ski and the prices, unless you get a season pass. I know we talked about this with cost of living, but outdoor recreation prices have skyrocketed. I mean, you are looking like, if you are thinking about getting a pass to Deer Valley, which is in Park City, you're looking at about $3,000 for a Deer Valley pass. Many of the other passes that you can get around too, if you want to specifically be at one ski resort, these passes just keep going up. I think one of the cheapest ones is about $1,500, and that's for one adult pass. Kids, a lot of the kids used to be ski free. Some of the resorts have gotten away from kids ski free. There are certain ages, and they actually, limited the ages of what it is. So just note that prices for outdoor recreation and the traffic and congestion getting to those activities can be, significantly more than it has been over the years. So those are my top 5 really for right now of just things to be aware of if you are thinking about moving out here. If you can't handle the cost of living, if, the traffic and congestion is a deal breaker, that air quality, if that doesn't sit right with you and you're not able to handle that, just know that going in, like I said, the outdoor recreation, the cost to do that has gone up significantly. So just kind of know these things if you are thinking about making a move. And if none of those things, if you're like, hey, you know what, cost of living is better than where I'm moving from. Oh, hey, you know what, I don't like to ski anyway, so it doesn't matter because I'm not getting a ski pass, or whatever it is. If those things don't bother you at all, great. Feel free to give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email. My team and I hear from people like you all the time. And again, if you are thinking about relocating out here in a week, in a month, or even a year from now, feel free to give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, and we would absolutely love to chat with you and see how we can help. Take care and wishing you a wonderful day. Bye.